Yeah, we're super excited. We started out a little bit slow, but I think we're on a roll now, and I think we finally found our groove, and we're just ready to get going.
And we're joined by student athletes Kory Schoenfeld, Lopez and Addy Ewing. Girls, just talk about how the season went and your excitement for the tournament.
I think our season went really great. I think that we improved throughout the whole season. I think that we're excited to go and show what we got, and think we'll do great.
Yeah, just building off of last year, losing in regionals, I think this year we're super pumped and we're peaking at the right time for sure. So we're definitely excited.
Those two basically covered all of it. I'm really excited for our pitching staff because we've all came together and we've made huge improvements from the beginning of the year. So I think it'll go great.
And then just touching on that, like you said, came just short last year and you're in this year. So just how are you feeling? You get to prove yourself against some like the top talent in the country and get to put Butler on the map. So just talk a little bit about that. Whichever one wants to start.
Yeah, I think definitely as a sophomore, having a rough experience freshman year, losing, it was heartbreaking for all of us. We loved our sophomores last year, and coming back this year with a great freshman class and being able to lead them to something that, we didn't get to do last year. So it's just super exciting for all of us, and yeah.
It was definitely really sad, but I think we all had the goal of wanting to go, and now we're going to do it, and we're going to make sure we do it the right way.
I completely agree with those two. I think that coming into the season, we made a goal that we wanted to go back and that we wanted to experience what every other Butler team has experienced.
And Coach, just talk about going into tournament play now. You guys have been playing. You just got off tournament, but for the most part, double headers all year. Just how do you kind of get them prepped for a lot of games and not a lot of days?
Yeah, I think we just went through that at the tournament, 7 games in 3 days. And, that gave them a little bit of a taste of it. But going and doing our tournaments in the beginning when we went down to Texas, that also kind of helped them see what it was going to be like. But, I think we pretty much just mastered the 7 games in 3 days. So I don't see it being a problem for us at all.
Playing Paris, a team you've already played, that was quite a ball game. How do you anticipate facing them again?
Yeah, I think we learned a lot in that game. Seeing them early, they saw us early. Neither team really was at our best at that time, so I definitely think we're going to have to, refine some things from when we played them in Texas and kind of stick to the game plan. We had a game plan and we didn't really stick to it, so I think that if we can stick to our game plan this time, it'll be a different result.
And then just for whoever wants to answer, just talk a little bit about the offense tournament-wise. It seems like you guys really just found your groove there, and even if you were down early, you just kept on fighting and found a way to battle. Let's talk about that.
I think that's something that we really had to buy into is getting our bats hot and staying hot the whole game throughout Claire leading us off to the bottom of the lineup. I think we did a really good job of just everyone staying hot and knowing that some people will have their games where they do good and some people don't have games. And I think that we did a really great job, especially during the tournament, scoring early and scoring.
I think after losing to Garden the first time and fighting through in the losers bracket definitely taught us that we have to work together. It can't just be one person. It has to be a whole lineup, and we had to work together just to get through. So.
And Addy, you talked about the pitching staff a little bit before, but just talk about how y'all come together as a group, and then had others starting, you kind of come in that save role, but you've also started. So just kind of talk about that group as a whole.
Yeah, our pitching staff is amazing. I love each and every one of them. I think that our openers open it great, and if they can get through it and keep going, that I'll help them come in and close the door, and hopefully we'll just keep rolling with that. And I'm excited for the tournament just to see how much our pitching staff still has to go.
And Coach, just going to a pretty warm state, just how you kind of keep everybody hydrated and just prepare for that really, really warm weather.
Yeah, I think us going to Yuma before, we already told them, we told them this last week, you better start drinking water now, stay hydrated, but we've been there before, so we know what kind of heat it is, and so just trying to make sure that we're keeping them hydrated and, forcing the water is huge for us right now.
Coach, this is probably just for you, but 14 out of the last 19 years, softball has been in the national tournament, and really you take out the 2020 year where nobody went, it's a pretty good run for Butler softball.
Yeah, it's impressive. Like we were talking before, it's a tradition that kind of is becoming unmatched at this point. And for us, it's just making sure that, these kids know that this is our tradition and this is what we're supposed to be doing. And they've bought in so well to that. So I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon.
And just for anybody, how do you guys kind of take the pressure off? Like, it's a national tournament, but how do you just kind of go out there and remind yourself that it's just another game? You just got to play the same way you have been all season?
I think definitely coming back from last year, this wasn't something we got to experience before. So getting this opportunity now, it's like, what do we have to lose? We have a lot of sophomores this year, so this is our last year at Butler, at a JUCO, and just doing the best that we can from here on out is really what matters. Leave it all on the field. We always say that every single game. So
We have a lot to gain but nothing to lose, and I think for me personally that will be my mindset, but I hope that's everyone's mindset on this team.
We've said it a lot in the last couple of weeks that leave it all on the field, play what you got. You don't know when your last game's going to be, so a lot of these girls, this could be the last time we wear a Butler jersey, so we kind of all want to go out with a big bang, so we're going to try our best.
And then just talk about how the bracket shook out. Just kind of what do you think about your seed, your matchup, that sort of thing. I know you hit on Paris before, but just getting the 8 seed, what do you think about that?
Yeah, we're happy with where we're at, and I think that we're up for any kind of challenge. So it didn't matter where we were at, to be honest. You got to beat the best to win anyway. So but we're happy with where we're at, and I think we've got a good draw.